I would like to introduce him. Mr. Mehzad Sahar is an information security C-level executive, keynote speaker, and visionary. He has earned more than 19 years of international experience in managing information security across the globe. MBA and engineering degree, in addition to more than 24 of global security certification to design, build, and manage security concept into organization, tools, and services. He has effectively crafted information security framework and designed for more than information system for national policymakers, security risks management, and design, and led a team of information security across different industries. His motivation is to achieve organizational excellence in business design through mix of governance, technology, and security. Currently working as a head director, business security in Tehran, Pakistan. On the behalf of HIMSS, I would pay regards to Top Work Program of Career Pakistan, because the program has been conducted with HIMSS and Career Pakistan. So we are thankful to them for such an informative seminar, and we look forward for such program in future. I would request our judge of honor to come on stage and guide us about career success.
Career Pakistan putting this topic and bringing me here. Successful career, right? So before I go and talk about, I can take this. I love not to remain static. So trying to make this session interactive. So myself as head and director business security Telenor. So why not, before I talk about best practice in the world, I should introduce myself and let you know where I was and what were the challenges and what was my hard work which brought me here, okay? And that could be very much motivating you guys. You're gonna start your career, I hope, very soon in the actual world. So I would really love to share so that you can be ready, and the outside world should not be kind of I will say a different island. Okay, so if you can go to next slide. So this is me as Mehzad. By profession, I'm an engineer from UET Lahore, 1999 or 98. Yeah, I start forgetting. So it's almost 20 years after passing out. And my first job was not in Pakistan. This is very interesting to know. I thought I will be getting typical challenges, unemployment, I'll have to apply a lot. So why not I should exert all of my energy, my time to explore outside world, outside Pakistan. So I took that decision. So I went to nearby market, which was Saudi Arabia, and start searching for a job. So end up having a lot of good engagement there. But the first job which I want to share, because to be honest, the first job is the most difficult part. Getting engaged in your first job is the most difficult, because after that you have CV showing, okay, I have 1 year experience. I remember those days once I used to apply for a job, and I was challenged. That it's like, how dare you? You came and you're asking to give you a job opportunity, especially not in your country but outside Pakistan, without any experience. So just like a very subjective guy, only engaged in classroom environment, and have been asked to go to outside world, because that world is very cruel. Let me clear it. The outside world, no matter they give you smart packages, their demand is very, very high. Okay, because outside world means they can get people from India, from UK, from US. So what is special? You know, they should offer you something as an employment, whereas there are a lot of other people having experience available in the market. So that was very challenging. So how I was able to actually cater this is what I want to tell you. I use, rather than using my academic background, I used my communication skills. Okay, so I got engaged with a company which was known for sales type of engineering. It's called sales engineer. So they were looking for a sales engineer, a guy who can understand their portfolio. So it was a company who was offering networking ICU systems, totally different than my point. Okay. So totally different than my engineering, electrical engineering background. But I took it as a challenge. At least I'm getting employment, and I'm gonna get exposure to the outside market. So I became a sales engineer who was preaching about ICU, means biomedical stuff, I will say. So I spent 2 years, then I realized the product for which I was selected, it was like a Pepsi in a brand. You know what does it mean? No challenge. It's like a Panadol for headache. Okay, you go. Did you ever find someone having a big advertisement campaign about Panadol? No, you will not find it. So actually, my brand there was like well-known brand. Wherever I was going, they said, "Hold on, you don't need to communicate. We know your product. Next day you'll get the PO." I was like, this is a very mechanical job. Am I like a clerk, go somewhere and they're not allowing me to explain? And I was like full of, energy, and my all technical knowledge was challenging me, go and speak up. But they say, no, you just let us know what is the number, we will give you and that time it was time of fax. So you will get the PO. So believe me, even though I was getting a very smart salary, one day I resigned. That was very strange. And even though I was married, so I was not single, so I took a very daring decision. I said, no, I was not meant for this type of job. Where is my electrical engineering? Now this happened after 2 years. So this is very important for you guys. So almost I was detracked from my actual profession, which was engineering. Now they were saying, you looks like a biomedical guy, so why should we hire you? And definitely I start forgetting my terminology, my engineering terminology after 2 years. So it was a real dilemma. So what I did, how to come back? So after 2 years, I start realizing, let's do something which can make me different, unique from others in that market. So that time, Microsoft certified, I remember it's called MCSE, Microsoft Certified System Engineering. This certification was introduced. I'm talking about 1999. No one knows, no internet was available in Saudi Arabia at that time. So no, kind of cheat sheets questions, no help, nothing from the internet. So I put myself in lab, I put machines, computers, 2 computers, I built my lab myself and start practicing this 9 modules, 9 courses myself. And finally I passed. This was really, a great hard work, because there was no mentor, no trainer even available that time. And then remember, I start getting calls from outside the market. Could you please bring that certificate which is having Bill Gates' signature? They thought Bill Gates is maybe personally signing on this certificate. Of course, that was a printed signature, but that type of interest was there. And then the door, the sky was the limit. So that made me again technical enough to get attraction from the market, which was ignoring me. I start receiving calls, please join us. We don't know what is MCSE, but we have a lot of requirement. So I went into that area. I became in the beginning a kind of trainer, the MCSE trainer, because still I was lacking the experience. Trainers are very good in talk, but still they lack what? The industry experience. So still I was not getting my required targeted job. After 1 year, so 3 years now. So after 3 years, again I got upset what to do. still I'm not having hands-on experience, right? So one lucky day, some people came from Saudi Aramco. Aramco, you might be aware, it is the largest oil company in the world. It has more than 60,000 employees. They came to me and they said, you know what, we want to go through MCSC, all Gora people from America. So I give them a complete session. After 3 months, for some reason, there's some security incident happened. They realized that there is need to actually open up a new department for information security. And they all found themselves totally blind for this area. Then they just recalled, there was one guy, Mr. Mehzad, who was talking about information security as in one module. So although my knowledge was very limited, but better than these guys. So they called me, sir, please come, at least you know better than us, join us, let's build up this department from scratch. So I joined them. And then finally, what happened? I got my, the dream come true. I was on track where I start getting hands-on experience. Okay, so that was the change. And then you can see after that I left Aramco, moved to different company, then specialized company InfoSec. So, and then start getting engaged in different certification. One thing is very important, I think this is the message I want to pass. So no matter you people are doing graduation and you are having degree, unfortunately the market is very cruel. You need to have something additional part of your profile. Okay? Otherwise, you all will be lost in a crowd, unfortunately. The market is having limited opportunities. The number of people who are getting graduation, it's more. Gone are those days only national level or government institutes, not only private institutes are also, people are having passing out ceremonies from this private institute for engineering or for other technical area. So my advice is always try to make your profile enriched by multiple certification relevant to your area. So I end up actually earning more than 2 dozen, at least 3 dozen certification. So 3 dozen certification in IT, in technology, and specifically in information security. And all throughout my career, I remember once I was sales engineer, just to share with you, the sales engineers are supposed to just move around. So I used to go meet customers, and whenever I get some break, I still remember I was going to a mosque after praying, sitting there opening my technical book, preparing myself for the next exam. And I promised myself that each and every year I need to add 1 or 2 certification in my profile. This was my promise to myself, and even also my family really supported me, because that is the two-way support you require. You'll have to also take care of your family also. So this 36 certification, that actually was my promise, and that actually gave me an edge to look different from others. So if a lot of people, imagine you people are applying for a job and the position is 1 and the number of candidates are like 100. So if I will be the judge, I will try to explore if I can find someone having some unique experience, and if not experience, certification, it can give you leverage. Believe me, that time the market was too cruel and that was bad. They were preferring someone who's Microsoft certified professional, and they were rejecting MSc Computer Science, which is very bad. It has no comparison, believe me. Because certification you can even get in 2 months, 3 months. A degree of code you'll have to spend 2 years. But just put yourself at the employer side. The employer has a right to say, I have a quick requirement, someone should know this type of operating system, whoever can run this, great. I don't have the patience to to think this guy is new, he will take some time, and then he will understand. So certification give you kind of shortcut and a kind of confidence for your employer that this guy still knows hands-on better than someone who just subjective. This is the dilemma you people are gonna face. They will challenge you, you are only subjective, you don't know the real life challenges. Okay, but of course that's a reality. You will get the fruits after doing this all hard work and struggle, and after this graduation. And then rest is there, work for Dubai, and then finally and pass such exams. This is also important. So don't go for such certification which is very common, and again they are having saturation. So in 2002 I realized one certification. I will give you example. It's called CISSP. So it was a 6-hour exam, and I took it. I'm happy to tell you that I was the first Pakistani who passed this exam in 2002 out of the whole world. So that time there were only 1,000 people globally, and that again immediately gave me a leverage to go and meet people and start getting more opportunities, more invitations from different organizations. Please join us. So what I want to say, I did not remain like a typical engineers. Okay, I have done my academic qualification, so I will just enjoy, a 9 to 5 hour job, and that's it. So this struggle is an ongoing struggle. And finally, I was called by PTCL from outside because they were not finding people within this specific domain in Pakistan. So because of my experience and unique capability, I was called by PTCL to become Executive Vice President of PTCL, which is, to be honest, is the pride because it's a grade 21 job. Okay, so I become their EVP and national level network information security head. So I did that job for almost 3 years and then moved to Telenor, Pakistan, which is, I think you are aware, is a Norway-based company and having presence in more than 12 countries. So I thought to give you small or brief introduction, but I think this introduction basically is the message. Rest is a typical, slides. How to have a successful career. No career in the beginning will start with straightforward initiative. Every career, especially in the start, will be having challenges. Okay, and you will be challenged. So it's up to you how you're gonna take them. So who are engineers? So once I was making this presentation, in my mind it was engineer, but then I came to know there are other management people and people from pharmacy. So I will try to keep it more generic, but a little bit more technical, zooming into engineering and then zooming into cybersecurity if you people are interested. So these are the people having engineering skills, and who are the people demanding for this? The technology world. Okay, so the technology world is continuously looking for these engineers. So there is a demand requirement, and you people are feeding people in the market to go and fill this gap. Now, in the career development model, these are the 4-5 things I would like to start. One is the know your value, and we will go into detail. Explore your options, plan your actions, and create your future. Okay? So we'll go one by one. So in the career planning, most important thing is each and every guy sitting in this room, to be honest, God has gifted such capability that I know what I am. I know what are my capabilities. I can be exaggerating in outside world, but there is an inner voice which tells you what you are. So please, self-control assessment is the main thing that all of you should do. That what are your strength point? What are your key areas in which you have an interest? I remember, Ghalib. So Ghalib used to say the best profession in the world is what? If it is your hobby and for which you are being paid. So your paid hobby, if it is your profession, then you are the luckiest guy in this world. And unfortunately, most of the people, they do graduation, they go for an excel in engineering or whatever profession, sometimes because there was a pressure from society, from home, maybe from parents, or their interest was different, but they thought, okay, this will be good pay master, this profession. So in that case, they just adopt this. But if it is not your, if you don't have the passion for that profession, you're not gonna grow as you can grow if it is your love. So try to first of all convince yourself, although it is too late, you're gonna be already ready for graduation. So convince yourself whatever you have learned, you are gonna enjoy this, not only to make money, okay, but also to satisfy yourself that you are gonna add value to your society. You are gonna do something which ultimately actually will be somewhere will be counted. Okay. So in this case, in the explore option, this looks like very scary, and I think you can't even see this. Anyhow, what I want to show you, I'm trying to show your destination. So starting from now, of course, you can start your career as a system analyst, as a trainee engineer, but you should know what is the ultimate goal. So the ultimate goal is, if you can think about this, is being Chief Executive Officer. We call it CEO. Okay? And to achieve this, these are the different layers, whether they are in the governance area, they are in the enterprise area, in the technology services, or in the application building. One thing is very important, even though you are an engineer, don't expect that you will end up only dealing with the machines. This is also misunderstanding. People believe, okay, I will only get involved in some generator or some in microchips. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, the market is not very mature. So people who are having passion for R&D, practically speaking, very less room in Pakistan. You will find opportunities in outside world. Here, most of the technical job is what? Implementation, whatever someone has done, go and do some kind of troubleshooting, okay, and then integrate whatever or assemble things. So I have seen some people, very good IQ, very good track record, but unfortunately the opportunities are less in Pakistan for R&D. For that, they'll have to travel towards outside the world. Here, most of the job, 90%, it is troubleshooting, integration, implementation, to some extent kind of development. So you might be engineers, you might be technical, but not necessarily you're gonna do a typical interface building. You might be asked to go and develop some portal if you have development interest. So these type of things. But this should be in your mind. I have seen two type of people. People from the day first, they know I don't want to go up to this much of level. I'm quite happy as far as I'm getting the salary in my pocket end of the month. So why I should go up to this level where the CEO is supposed to be 24/7 available guy, lot of roles and responsibility, family life is disturbed, and you are like a kind of, I will say, fully occupied guy. But everything has a pros and cons. But it depends upon the personality. Some people you go and meet and you will find them on one seat. Believe me, after 10 years you will find them on the same seat, but they are still happy. So it all depends. It all depends about the thrill and about the opportunities if you're ready to go and avail it. So it's your inner voice. So in this world, as I said, gone are those days where typical traditional education was catalyst to get job, right? I'm going to talk about those professions which are in high demand and people are really struggling. So experience is a secondary question. This is very important. So now they don't ask, okay, you should be having 10-year experience if I want to give you, for example, 1 million salary job. Their question will be, do you know these type of technology, which are the current trends in the market? If you know even 1-2 years, enough. So you can start competing with those who were having 10-year experience. So one of the example is IoT. So IoT world is very much in demand, Internet of Things. One of the areas is business analytics, BI. So after engineering, one of my suggestions is if you have that interest, if you can develop, you don't need to search for employment. People will search for you. This is very important, So why you should go and, sorry to say, like sometimes I used to do that, like begging, please consider me for this job. So why not your profile should have such ingredients which can make you, shine and you become their need, and then they knock at your door. And it is a world of internet, believe me. A lot of courses available online. Let's try to utilize that channel. So not necessarily you need to go outside to become self-sufficient. Most of the certification, believe me, they are available online. So that barrier is also gone. So cost is less. You can go and choose this type of things. Just to share my personal experience in our BI, which is the Business Intelligence Department, we have like 67 people, 60 to 70 people. And every day, there is a news, sir, I got another job opportunity. Thank you so much. And then again we hire. And then they are leaving. So they are in a position to negotiate with us, not we. So look at the difference. So earlier the employer was showing, take it or leave it. Now there are some careers where actually they are bargaining. They become your company critical need and they'll have to listen. So this is a big change. The world has changed, right? So how enterprise envision technology? One important thing which I have written here is business and technology integration. I know you might be, on a lighter note, might be aware of some students called theta. ये तो theta है, बढ़ता है. So very much good in IQ and he knows maybe getting first position in all semester. But unfortunately the market is mostly looking for a good combination. Yes, theta, but having business knowledge, having good interpersonal skills, having good communication skills, then it is a good package. Your character, your profession and yourself is a package. I remember in one of my interview, the first early interview, the guy asked me this very straightforward question, why should I hire you? I'm gonna give you, let's say, $4,000. Why should I invest on you? Very straightforward question. So here actually your interpersonal skills, your way of defending your personality and your way of actually telling that you yourself is a package, catch me if you can. I have this much of value. I can cost you this much. Okay, so it's your choice. But of course, how you're gonna pitch, how you're gonna sell yourself, that itself is an art, right? So that should be also enhanced, and that comes of course with time. But this should be in your mind to go and talk to the point. The time is, and sometimes I think it is not fair, but once I'm interviewing, I have interviewed I don't know how many people and hired them. Sometimes I really feel bad. A guy who has spent like 20 years or 25 years, we are trying to judge that guy in 15 minutes maximum. So you should even practice, I will say. You should practice even in front of mirror before you go, and especially in your first interviews, go and challenge yourself. Put a question yourself and answer and see. Allah has, put ourselves as a good auditor. There will be inner voice. No, you are not doing good job. Do it again. Try to formulate some traditional, obvious question which you are expecting during the interview, and try to answer alone. And see the confidence in your voice. See your pitch. Right? It's like if I will say, खुदा के फजलो करम से मैं ये करूँगा. But if I say, खुदा के फजलो करम से इंशाअल्लाह ये मैं करूँगा, then he is convinced. This guy can do it. So the commitment, he can feel from your accent. Try to improve this. Okay? So sometime I remember in some of the interviews, although there are some people having good number of years of experience, I selected someone who was very confident, showing full energy. That you just give me a chance, I know how to do it. We selected that guy. Okay? So the message is, try to improve your interpersonal and business skills also. Business skills means try to sell yourself as a package, as a solution provider. So the market. So if you are trying to go into specific area, practically speaking, your first job, second job is driven by opportunity. You don't have choices, unfortunately. I have seen a lot of people, no, I will go into this job. Even though they are getting some opportunity, but it's very difficult to hold yourself. Eventually, you end up adopting those jobs where actually you may say, okay, I start earning some money. Okay, so I can say in my profile is with some experience. So this is just to give you idea in the global IT market, what are the area where there are more opportunities. So it shows like in telecom services are like 41%. So lot of opportunities. Software is 13%, IT services like 19%, and IT hardware 27%. So from this you can also see where is the saturation and where is the demand, and then you can plan accordingly. So as I'm from cybersecurity, just little view about cybersecurity, because I believe being a technical, especially a message to engineers, they can easily, if they want, go and grow into this area. This area, as you can see, as per my log, is a $4 trillion industry. They are really dying to find people in this area, and still there is a shortage of people and resources. So as I said in the beginning, so this is only being given as an example. So try to find out your engineering or your management science experience is the foundation, right? It's like doctor, simple doctors MBBS, and then they say, okay, I should become child specialist or orthopedic, surgeon. So it's like engineering. So it means it has been declared that you are technical enough. You have the basic ingredients to understand technical terminologies and frameworks. And top of that, you can search some of the area which are in high demand. So this is just being given as one example. So where people are chasing us and we don't need to go and chase. So this is a hell of difference. Okay, so, and that shows the shortage. I will not go into detail. This is just the detail. Yeah. So too many threats and too few professionals. In America, they are looking for 1 million InfoSec specialists, and they are still struggling. And what about other world? Now they are waking up. Information security was the area which was not getting lot of attention. Now because of very dynamic threats at the national level, all countries now they are waking up, because gone are those days, to be honest, where the atomic war was required to put some country in a disaster. Now sitting 20,000 kilometers away, someone create equivalent, I will say, equivalent impact of a nuclear war in any country. And the interesting part here is, in the nuclear war, you end up demolishing everything. And you'll have to, so if you go and take over, you'll have to again invest from scratch. That itself is a cost. Here, you can win this cyber war without killing anyone, without demolishing any building, without any bombardment. So there is a good saying, rather than now time has come, people rather than investing in nuclear war, invest in cyber warfare, cyber ammunition. And then you can compete as like you are competing in nuclear war. And just to show you the number of companies available, that shows the kind of opportunity in cybersecurity in different domains, whether it is managed security, endpoint security, antivirus, security patching. Look at the number of international companies dying to get such type of resources. So plan your action. How can you plan? So the thing will start from your resume. Let me give you small tips about creating a very successful resume. Imagine we end up having resume where people are saying that what is their street name, what is their CNIC of their father. Okay. And you are expecting guy who has, believe me, literally once we are checking CV, we have literally like 1 minute. CV, to be honest, is a kind of impression that you can give, and you have been asked to depict in 1-2 pages. We have found CVs like 6-page CV. No one has time to read 6-page CV. You should know, and you can even get help from professional market. There are some people who are good in writing on your behalf good CVs, where it's like वो कहते हैं ना कि कूजे में दरिया बंद कर दिया, right? So they should know how to cover up all of your engagement, accomplishment in 1 page or 2 pages. That's it. So if your CV is catchy, that is gonna open door for your first, second, or third interview. So no matter if you're great theta, you're a great achiever, but your CV is not a talking CV. Let me say this. You know, there is a terminology called talking CV, talking resume. So if that itself is not reflecting your personality and your achievement, I have 100 CVs to view. You may end up actually, going somewhere, unfortunately in the dustbin, I will say. So try to know that how to make a professional CV. This is very important, which is a branding of your career and yourself. Identify a mentor, by the way. This is also good. Like, I'm here and I hope you may remember me, but continuously you should be in touch with someone in your career who's senior and can give you some career advices. This is very much required. It's like people are having lawyers in case if there are legal issues, they call them. What do you think? Should I do this or not? Why not you people should have a kind of mentor? So you should be able to call. So try to make such relation with such people who are already successful in the market. Try to find. This will be really, really great for you, for your learning, and also for your back advices. Continuous professional development. So I just want to give you an example. So it's a non-stop word, unfortunately. Technology especially is a non-stop word. There are some profession, whatever you earn during graduation could be enough for you to till your retirement. Great. But there are some profession, no matter they are good pay master, but they have a demand of updating yourself on continuous basis. So imagine, I'm sorry, I don't know why this maybe is not very clear, but just to give you example, this is information security, one of the career, and then it's a hardware and IT management, storage, web and mobile, software development, training. So all these are different professions. Imagine just to achieve this, how many certifications are available in the market. Some are very complex, some are very straightforward, some are even costly. By the way, they require even investment. And rest is also same, you know. So I just want to tell you that you should never ever stop yourself. Learning is a continuous process. I thought once I was getting graduation, okay, life will be now very comfortable. I'm done. I will just go from 9 to 5 and there will be some people saying hello sir, and I will sign on some files like a typical SDO, you know, in electrical engineering. So, and we'll be having very much good protocol. I will say one guy outside, one guy for my tea, you know, one guy just to open the door of my car, and I will come back at 5 o'clock, right? There are some professions like this. But it should be your voice, your inner voice, whether you are made for this type of mechanical job or you want to keep on challenging yourself. The inner thrill is there which can keep on knocking at your door. No, don't relax. And being Muslim, by the way, I will say this is also a religious responsibility, that in addition to religious study, also we should excel in R&D, you know. My wish is that we from engineering should not remain like a typical implementer, getting something from Cisco and then going and implement. It's not something for which you spend 4 years, 5 years in the university. So you should be in a position to advise about new innovation, new solutions. So that thrill, that spark should remain there. Otherwise, yes, it's your choice. That you want to adopt that methodology, relaxed methodology, or you want to show, no, each and every challenge I take as an opportunity and I will try to excel in that area. And then just to show, like, if, let's say if it's a system engineering you are going to adopt, then up to a vendor level, how much complex it is. So all these are certifications. So within Microsoft, so all these are different paths. So it's not like, okay, I can just do one certification in Microsoft. So within Microsoft, you find area which are complex. Okay, last thing, to create your future. This one I have already told you, a talking CV, a talking resume, and a final call for which you are being called for interview. So practice yourself. You are there as a brand. Let's say brand endorsed by Hamdard's University.